welcome to the first episode of the Publicized Theory podcast. Wow, it sounds crazy even saying that. I'm not even going to lie. First and foremost, let me start off by saying two things. One, I'm your host, Anthony Ocasio. Two, happy holidays, happy new year. I need to show love to everyone that is listening to this episode right now because out of all the things you could be listening to, whether it be another podcast, whether it be a YouTube video, whether it be a playlist, whether it be an album that you're rocking with, there are so many other things that you could be tapping into right now. But instead, you're blessing me with your ears and you're listening to the first episode of Publicized Theory. So for that, I have to say thank you. I have to say I appreciate you. And furthermore, I have to tell you that everyone listening right now are day ones of the Publicized Theory podcast. There's no other way around it. You all are embedded in history after today. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. 2024 is upon us. It's a new year. I know a lot of people are thinking about their goals. I know a lot of people are strategizing and plotting on how they're going to become better, how they're going to tackle 2024, how they are going to come out on the other side even more blessed and just overall in a better position than when they started here in January 2024. I know for me, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to everything that 2024 has in store, ups, downs, highs, lows, whatever it is that's on the horizon. I'm ready for it. I'm looking to tackle it all this year, starting with this podcast. Um, there are so many things to look forward to that why not just to bask in the joy and happiness of what's to come. This podcast has been on my mind since 2022. I questioned the purpose. I questioned whether people listen. I've had all the questions that everyone who has wanted to step into something new, wanted to create something, whether it be a YouTube channel, whether it just be TikTok, whether it just be social media in general. I've had all those questions. And needless to say, I've answered all those questions. I've come to the conclusion that if not now, when? And honestly, why not? The time is now. You can always try new things. You can fail, but it's about trying new things. At the end of the day, it's about just walking, confidently in the direction of your dreams, and that's what I'm doing in 2024. And honestly, what I've been doing for a while now. No matter of what came my way, nothing was going to stop me from getting to where I want to go and from accomplishing anything that I set my mind to do. That's the energy and the vibe and the frequency that I'm operating on in 2024. And I appreciate you for joining me in this journey because I know that's how you're operating in 2024. I know that's the vibe you're on in 2024. I know that's the frequency that you want to be a part of in 2024. So for that, we're about to make 2024 one of the best years that we've ever had. Whether we have our ups, whether we have our downs, we're going to get through it together. We're going to come out on the other side. And when all is said and done, when the dust settles and we look back, we're going to be happy with the results. We're going to be satisfied and we're going to be motivated even more to go harder, to go bigger, and honestly, just to continue to get better. For those of you who may not have heard of me before, you're listening to my voice for the first time, and you're wondering who is this kid, who is Anthony Ocasio, or who is RSVP Ant. Um, Originally, like I said, I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I came to Tampa, Florida, to go to college at the University of Tampa. I graduated the University of Tampa back in 2017 with a Bachelor's of Science in Entrepreneurship. And honestly, those were the best 4 years of my life. I met some amazing people, lifelong friends at this point, started businesses, closed businesses throughout that time, learned a lot, grew a lot. I mean, you name it, I experienced it. And I'm, forever grateful for making that decision and that leap at the time to step outside of my hometown, my comfort zone, and go somewhere that I've never been in a surrounding that was honestly back then culture shock for me. Um, Going to school in Brooklyn is a way different experience from going to school in a lot of different places around America, to be honest, and even around the world. It's definitely um, one that is just very unique and different in and of itself. So coming to Tampa, Florida at that time was small, very quiet kind of vibe. University of Tampa at in those days, and even now, it's still relatively small compared to most universities um, and colleges that are out there. Nevertheless, I had a great time, and while I was in college, I saw the growth that Tampa was having. To be honest, it was growing so fast. The entrepreneurial vibe and essence of the town was very much alive, and I wanted to be a part of that moving forward, which is why I decided to get established here in Tampa, Florida. I did not want to leave and go back to New York, where obviously entrepreneurs are there, and everything is growing, but there's just so much more opportunity, at least in my eyes, here in Tampa, Florida, that I wanted to be a part of, that I wanted to grow with, and that I wanted to take advantage of. And for those of you who are listening, who are in Tampa, Florida, you know exactly what I'm talking about because you've seen the growth too, and you're experiencing everything that Tampa has to offer now, as opposed to back then or 5 years ago, 2 years ago, hey, even 3 years ago. But honestly, there's this running joke where people from Tampa are like, honestly, we don't need any more any more people coming to Tampa. Tampa's packed. Tampa is not accepting any more snowbirds or transfer residents or whatever the case may be. Tampa is packed to capacity, which honestly, I feel that there is way more people in Tampa, but hey, Tampa is growing. So it is what it is. Come one, come all. But moving on, I saw this thing going around at 20 on TikTok actually. It was 2023 out, 2024 in. I was thinking about this the other day. I honestly couldn't think of too much on 2023 out because I've been so locked in and focused that everything has just been going pretty smoothly and well. I don't know if I had too many distractions in 2023 that derailed me in any way. Um, at least to a point where I'm like, damn, like I could have had this, that, and the third, but due to this, I didn't. So I guess that's a blessing in and of itself. 2024 in though is definitely exciting times for me personally. I just want to continue to grow. I just want to continue to be more aware. I want to just continue to lock in more of myself. I know that sounds uh, kind of basic. I don't know if it does or it doesn't, but just lock in more of myself and just having more awareness. I think awareness is the big thing for me. There's so many things in 2023 that I became more aware of. Little, and it's not even big thing. It's just little things that I was able to change in my day to day that allowed me to maximize my potential for each and every day. I know that a lot of people probably listening right now are like, yeah, there are so many little things that I can change that I know if I did, I can probably maximize at my fullest potential day in and day out. And I know that if I do that on a daily basis, a weekly basis, and a monthly basis, the results that I'm looking for will come. So I think for me, 2024 in would be more awareness on the little things, the micro changes that I can make to maximize my daily potential, the micro tendencies that I can maybe shift in a different direction that can help me and take my day to day to another level. Um, but with awareness comes acknowledgement. You can be aware of things, but are you going to actually acknowledge and take action to making those changes? So that would be 2024 in for me, just awareness, acknowledging certain things, and then taking action thereafter. Um, definitely, I think will make a big impact. And for those listening, it's like you don't have to make big changes and do 360 changes overnight. It's all of the little changes that you make every day that honestly make the biggest impact. People think like, yeah, I have to become a new person. I basically have to reinvent myself. And in many ways, that's the process that's happening. But it's not always with one big change. It's not always with one decision. It's with multiple decisions that are compounded through time that allows you to make that shift overall. So I say all that to say, don't feel overwhelmed if you know there are things in your life that you need to change. Just tackle each one of them one by one. Every day, make a micro change. Weekly, make a micro change. And I guarantee you that when all is said and done, you will find the results that you're looking for. And that impact that you wanted will happen. It's just a compound effect of life. You do little things that over time, just like I said, make the biggest impact. So for me, yeah, that's what I thought about with the 2024 in just having more awareness and locking in more of myself. Um, because I mean, why not? The world right now just seems like on any given day, it can all come crashing down on us. I don't know. It just seems like there's so much going on that you really have to block out the noise these days. You really have to really just lock in. Like if there were no other time to lock in, I really feel like it's now because with the distractions, with all the noise, with just so many things online, like you can really get sucked in on any given day and you'll feel like shit, honestly. But 2024, we're gonna only worry about things that we can control. We're only gonna worry about things that we have the power to change. And honestly, that always starts with us. What can we do every day to change? What can we do every day to make an impact? What can we do every day that will make the biggest difference in our lives and take it from there? Because right now, the world can seem very overwhelming. And the last thing we need is unnecessary anxiety to derail us from accomplishing the things that we want to accomplish. Like, that's not the type of time I'm on. I know that's not the type of time that you're trying to be on. So, my message is just focus on things you can control. Everything else will sort itself out, but just focus on things that you can control. And I know another thought in speaking about 2024, um, the Cat Williams interview has been going viral. I'm not sure if you've seen it, you've heard of it, you watched clips of it. But one thing that I took away from that interview, and honestly, it's a two hour interview, 2 hours and 40 minutes or so interview. It's not an interview that, I mean, if you have 2 hours and 45 minutes to watch it, start to finish, good for you. But I had to break it up in like 30-minute blocks or watch it, watch some in one day, watch more another day. But I think towards the end, he said something that to me was very profound in the fact that he was like, every night when you go to bed, you should ask yourself basically one question. And when I say him, I'm talking about Cat Williams. He said, ask yourself, am I happy with everything that I did today if it would all to end tonight? Meaning, that's it. I just used my last 24 hours. Was I happy with the effort that I gave? Was I happy with the things that I did? Am I happy? Am I happy to just let it all go away right now? And that really stuck with me because, yes, no one takes any day for granted. Yes, you wake up every day knowing that tomorrow is not promised and this, that, the third. But sometimes that does evade us because we just get so caught up in life. It's natural. You're it's not unnatural to be in a I'm going with the motions state of mind. It's not unnatural. We get caught up in emotions every day. Whether we get up, we go to work, we come home, repeat the next day, get up, go to work, repeat the next day. So it's not uncharacteristic to get stuck in emotions. But it really stuck with me because it's like, damn, that's a good question to ask myself every day. Because if there are things that I can say to myself at the end of the night, like, damn, I didn't really go as hard as I wanted to when I was doing that. Or damn, I definitely could have picked it up a notch when I was doing that. It's like it's like auditing yourself every evening. And I think that's is very powerful in and of itself. Understanding that I didn't perform at my best the last 24 hours. I don't know about y'all, but I'm trying to put the best effort in anything that I'm doing. I'm not trying to half ass anything. If I'm doing something, I'm going all out and I'm riding with what I'm doing and I'm trying to be the best at what it is that I'm doing. I'm trying to master what it is that I'm doing. I'm not doing things or partaking in activities or working on projects that I'm not 100% invested in. So if I ever find that I'm lacking or I'm not doing something at my highest potential, I want to make changes immediately. I'm not here to give half effort but look for maximum results. That's just not how I operate. And I know for a fact you listening, that's not how you are looking to operate. You're looking to take it up a notch in 2024. You're looking to have a better year than 2023. You're looking to end 2024 with everything you set out to do and then some. So I think I say all that to say it's like let's all think about that tonight as we go to bed. Ask ourselves that question like, damn, if it were to all be over tonight, did I give it my all the last 24 hours? Did I put the best foot forward the last 24 hours? And if you keep it real with yourself and you tell yourself no in certain areas, don't feel bad. Just know the next day when you wake up, be on a mission to give it your best foot forward. Be on a mission to make that 24 hours one of the most, intensive 24 hours that you've ever had. Not from a physical standpoint, but from the energy and the commitment and the dedication and the passion in which you're operating in. Granted, we all may not be doing something that we love each and every day. But in the moments where you are taking time for yourself that benefit you and you only, give your best effort. Give your best foot forward. Give yourself the best chance of being the best you, but also ensuring that you can get the best results. Um, so yeah, if you haven't checked out that video, watch snippets. There's a lot of other like parts of the video where it's like, bro, what are we even talking about right now? But there were little nuggets of information in that video that I thought were insightful. I know it's going around. It's they say it broke the internet, but I mean, it's on everyone's feed, so I know you have seen some of it. Um, so yeah, um, Publicized Theory is going to be a great podcast. I want to, continue to push the boundaries on things that I talk about. I want to also be a resource for anyone who listens. I want to help you in any which way I can through this podcast, whether it be on self development, whether it be on just growing as a person, whether it be on really understanding the concept of becoming 1% better every day. I know that's been a journey for me. It will be a lifelong journey for me. And I know those of you who are tapping in, you want it to be a lifelong journey for you too. Because who doesn't want to get better? Who doesn't want to excel? Who doesn't want to accomplish their goals? Who doesn't want to manifest everything that they can dream and think of? I mean, who doesn't? So Publicized Theory podcast will be that podcast for you. I never want to leave a lasting impression with any listener that isn't positive. I'm strictly looking to just motivate, inspire, and honestly just chop it up on various different topics. It won't always be about one specific thing. So just stay tuned. We will have a lot of versatility, a lot of variety on Publicized Theory. The next episode will come out next week. I don't know the exact day yet, whether it be Wednesday, Friday, a weekend. Still hashing out those details, but definitely stay tuned. You can stay up to date on Publicized Theory on Instagram or on my personal Instagram at RSVP. And lastly, if everyone who tuned in, if you can leave me a review and a rating on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, I greatly appreciate it. I know on Spotify there's an option for you to leave feedback, good, bad, or indifferent. I appreciate it all. Like I said, you all are day ones from here on out. So let's lock in together and go on this ride of 2024 together. I know it has a lot in store, like every year does. And lastly, I hope everyone who's listening has a great day. Enjoy your weekend. And until next time, stay safe.